When a woman leads, it's like she has to carry everything. The man may feel diminished or redundant because of her trying to do that, or even fearful of her strength. But when a woman leads from her feminine power, her feminine energy, honey, things become clear. They become rooted, inviting, and a man can lead too, y'all. A man can lead too, but they meet in respect. That's the balance. They both have to have mutual respect for one another. And that's what you lead with having respect for the other person. Welcome to Win-Win with Gwen, hosted by Gwendolyn Shores, author, inspirational speaker, transformational coach, and CEO of Minds Above Matters. This is the podcast where your dreams ignite, limits shatter, and action leads to the life that you deserve. Your breakthrough starts now. Hi guys, it's Coach Gwen, and welcome back to another episode of the Win-Win with Gwen podcast. And today, guys, we're talking about something big. I'm talking big because we're talking about the strength of a woman and how that strength shows up inside of her relationship. Let me say this up front, and then we're going to get back to it, but I want to say it now. Strong isn't the same as dominant. Being independent isn't the same as being interdependent. And you absolutely can be respected, desired, and loved without sacrificing your power, okay? Your partner can step into manhood in a way that honors you both. Now, like I said, we're going to come back to that. I want to stop and give you guys a high five because you're showing up for yourselves today. And that's amazing. Not everyone is doing that, but you chose to show up so that you could heal, you could grow, you could win, you could thrive. Baby, you did that. So yes, there you go. Guys, I remember hearing people say this about me. She's too strong. Or men don't like women with balls. And you know what? I realized what they meant. What they meant, that it was a kind of forcership that I was doing. That I was being testosterone led. I was a woman that was trying to be a man in a sense with her actions and attitude and disposition. And that's not real strength. Real strength looked different. It looked like clarity, purpose. It looked like having boundaries and a humble heart. And when I stepped into that, I saw my relationship shift. I saw men respond different to me altogether. And women as well, believe it or not. I saw respect. I felt peace. And I want to share that with you. I want to share with you what that looked like, what that felt like, and how you can step into that too. Or maybe if you're already there, that maybe you can show somebody or share this with them if they seem to be someone that needs to hear this. So let's break it down. Independent goes something like, I don't need you. And then there's dependent, and it looks more like, I can't live without you. But then there's the interdependent, and that one looks like, together we thrive in a healthy relationship. Both people bring their gifts, they support one another, they share visions and values, and they don't compete, they complement one another. When a woman leads, it's like she has to carry everything. The man may feel diminished or redundant because of her trying to do that. But when a woman leads from her feminine power, her feminine energy, honey, things become clear. They become rooted, inviting, and a man can lead too, y'all. A man can lead too, but they meet in respect. That's the balance. They both have to have mutual respect for one another. And that's what you lead with. You lead with having respect for the other person. And here are two common phrases, and you might have heard of these too. I know I have heard of these. They say that men fear strong women. I hear it all the time on the internet. You know, men are afraid of strong women or women with money. And I also hear, she's too controlling. Often what people mean when they say this is that she doesn't let him lead. She micromanages things. She uses masculine tools such as force, decision making, and dominance instead of her feminine power, which a feminine power is having intuition, collaboration, and invitation. For example, all men are dogs. You know that one, don't you? That is a sweeping negative belief. I mean, so many people have heard that. If you ain't heard that, you must live on the rock. And another example, if she's not independent, she's weak. Both are very unhealthy, but we must unlearn these narratives. We've got to get that out of our minds, okay? That's not healthy because a healthy relationship needs clarity of roles. It needs mutual respect, equal voices, not someone being dominant. A woman can be bold now, ambitious, decisive, and still be deeply loved and desired. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing what only you can do and letting your partner do his part too. That's what it's about. You don't have to carry the weight by yourself. That's not being strong. Let him do his part. And remember that words matter. What you say, that's what set that tone. Like, you're too much, you're not enough, he's not reliable, she's not supportive. These become self-fulfilling prophecies. And here are two more popular harmful sayings because I'm just spilling them right now. I can remember the one that says, men only commit when they're ready to lose you. Or women control the feelings in the relationship. Both of these are damaging. And they're damaging because when you start to absorb negative advice from single people, hurt people, or people without wisdom, it seeps into your relationship. Now, here's what you need to do, or what you can do. You want to filter the advice that you get from people. One, who is giving it? Are they in a healthy relationship? I mean, really? You want to rewrite the script when you hear men don't want strong women. Say this instead. When I stand in my power, I attract the right man. He stands in his. You hear that balance? Did you hear that balance? I know you heard it. Okay, and another thing you want to do is you want to speak your value. Say, I bring value. I deserve respect, and I give respect in return. Protect your relationship from the noise, honey. You've got to protect it. Build a fortress of truth together. When y'all hear things or something ain't right, talk to one another. Don't just sit there, say it, and not tell this person what you've heard about them or what somebody said, and don't accuse them when you bring it to them. You bring it to them in the right way, okay? Now let's look at reality, because the divorce rate is continuing to grow. It's continuing to be high. For example, by age 55, 46% of those who married had experienced divorce. What this tells us is this, okay? This tells us that many marriages fail because people did not prepare for the storm. And in the Bible, the flood of Noah shows us the importance of building an ark before the storm. Your relationship is going to face storms if you aren't already in one. You're going to face storms, financial storms, infidelity storms, health storms. Your children going to be a storm, business storms, external stress storms. You don't stay naive. You got to get wise. You've got to be prepared. And here's a couple of storms, okay? I just mentioned, but I want to mention some more: infidelity, addiction, financial crisis, having confusions in your role in your relationship, family members, external family members putting pressure on you in your relationship. And when you know the storms can come, you can decide to build strength in advance. And that's what I want you to do. Honey, I am speaking to you today so that you can become a better person inside your relationship and outside of your relationship. If you've been wondering why you can't get it together, this may be why. Because look, you don't have to walk away because someone made a mistake. Not every mistake is a deal breaker. Ask yourself, is this real remorse? Are they committed to change? Are you both willing to rebuild together? Ask yourself these because you got to understand that putting yourself in the right role is something you need to do. When both parties understand your role as a feminine energy and your role as a masculine energy, and you know that both of those come with power, abilities, and gifts, then you will be able to weather different storms, and storms are going to come in your relationship. And that's why it's important to know your energy and to walk within your own energy, masculine and feminine, to be balanced in the relationship. Because, yes, storms are going to happen and mistakes are going to happen, and forgiveness is going to be needed. Look, you don't just walk away from your relationship because you got your feminine energy all messed up and he has his masculine energy messed up. Y'all fix it, okay? Understand y'all are gonna make mistakes, but not every mistake is gonna be a deal breaker. By the age of 55, about 46% of those married had experienced divorce. Now, what does this tell us? This tells us that many marriages fail because people don't prepare for the storm. They don't balance themselves. They don't get their feminine energy and male energy. They're stuck trying to lead in areas that they have no business leading in. Noah's Ark should have taught us something about preparing for the storm because as you're inside of your relationship, you will face storms and you need to be able to face those storms in your feminine energy and your masculine energy because some of those storms are going to be finance, infidelity, health, your children, your businesses, external stress. You don't stay naive, honey. You stay wise. You prepare. And here are a couple of storms that I didn't mention. Addiction. Oh, baby, I've dealt with that in my relationship. Someone being addicted to something, the financial crisis, role confusion, and that's the one we're trying to undo right now. External family pressures. When you know the storm can come, you can decide to build strength in advance. That means get inside of your feminine energy, honey, so that when the time comes, you're able to use your feminine strengths because there's going to be mistakes in that relationship, honey. And if that's a good man you're with, you don't want to lose that man because he makes a mistake. Because good men are hard to find. You don't have to walk out because someone made a mistake. It's not every mistake is a deal breaker. Now, some of them are, I get it, but not every mistake. And some of you need to realize that. Ask yourself, is this real remorse that that person had? Are they committed to change? Are they really going to change? Are they going to try anyway? And are you both willing to rebuild together? Or are you going to keep throwing the past up in that person's face? Here's a step by step process that you can take. The first thing you want to do is acknowledge the pain that both of you all have. Speak about that pain and speak truth. Take responsibility. That's the second thing. I did this and I'm sorry. And then you want to forgive because forgiveness isn't forgetting, it's giving freedom. Fourth thing, recommit. Decide together what you want the future to look. The fifth thing, create some new habits, weekly check-in, share your visions, have gratitude practices. Let each other know you all appreciate one another. Hurt them, don't shrink yourself. Just rebuild your boundaries with honor and purpose. I know they hurt you, but don't hold on to that. Don't become those words that came out when y'all were arguing and fighting. Work on that and get that out your mind, honey, because you're better than that. You're better than that, okay? And for the women, listen, be yourself. Know your worth. Lead where you are called. But also invite that man. Let him lead portions of that life. Let strength become attractive rather than scary. And for the man, support her vision. Stand inside of her purpose and stand in yours. Protect, provide, and love without overshadowing the whole entire relationship. Together, you move as a team. Your goals will become aligned, your values will mesh. You lift each other. Ain't no competition in that relationship. There's cooperation. There ain't no dominance, but dominion over challenges together. And that's powerful. I want to talk about some more myths. And one of those myths is this: if he cheats, it's over. I hear that all the time. But the truth is, it depends on repentance, the willingness to heal within the relationship, and the ability to align with each other's values again. And another myth is if she earns more than me, the man will feel threatened. Now, the truth about that is if you both win, you both win. It's mutual, it's about mutual respect. And another one is independence means I'm strong. And the truth to that is that strength is integration, self plus connection. Change the narrative, okay? You don't have to remain the same. Mindset shifts. People heal. People grow. People decide to walk forward together. Just as the Creator forgives, you can forgive. It takes work, but you're strong enough. You're strong enough to forgive. So here's some action steps, not just for the woman or not just for the man, but for couples. Here's your care formula for your relationship. And care is an acronym. And that C is for communicate daily. No lecture now. Don't get on nobody's nerves. Just connection, okay? The A, affirm each other's values. One sentence a day, just one. I see you or I appreciate you. Something simple, okay? Then the R, rebuild with intention. Write down your dual future goals, goals that you set together, okay? Goals that might be about the kids, your house, business, or even your legacy. And the E, establish boundaries and renewal practices like weekly check-in meetings, monthly date nights, or even yearly vision date. Create vision board together. And for individuals, listen to the advice you receive. Revise your self talk. Stop talking negative. Self worth. Ensure that your self worth comes from your identity, not from your relationship, okay? Your worth is with you, not the relationship. And lean into healing. Get to some therapy or mentorship. Pray more, involved in your community. Even meditate, okay? Do those things, all right? You are capable of a relationship that's rooted in respect. You don't have to accept negativity. You don't have to walk away when someone makes their first mistake, unless the heart is absent. Choose wisdom, choose you, choose partnership. Give yourself a high five again, guys, because you stayed through this, and that means you're doing work. You're committed to yourself. Don't you be a gatekeeper. Share this with someone who needs to hear they can be strong and love at the same time. Guys, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and set your date next Friday at 6:15 a.m. for another honest conversation. I love you. I believe in you because when you show up for love, it's always a win-win-win, honey. And you showed up to love yourself today. That's a win. See you next